Hi Cancers, if you want to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. Here's your Rorschach made in your name and essence if you want to take a screenshot so you can scry on your own time and terms. Cancers, thank you for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. Today's ink blot, I'm going to scribe some insights and at some point in time post it on Instagram for the finale once I spend some time with it outside of the reading. But let's get going. Oh, and I also, Cancers, have your coin here, your copper coin, Cancer. And later on we'll do heads or tails if you have a question. Heads being the Cancer crab, tails being the bottom. So if that serves you, Cancers, let's go. And take a moment to close the eyes, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Let's go. Okay, Cancers, there is spirit trying to get blatantly trying to get a hold of you. Here they are. Whether this is spirit of guides, deceased loved ones, and or of your higher self, spirit, you are alive, just currently incarnate. I feel like I'm looking at a brain. I feel like I'm looking at a creative brain. Creative, not necessarily being of the traditional arts either. These spirits are, what are they saying? What are they saying? They have very, very large wings. They remind me of, I believe it's the Ark of the Covenant. And maybe this is just in my imagination. Excuse me, let me put my phone on vibrate. That's entirely rude. One moment. Okay, we're back. The Ark of the Covenant, like I said, I don't know if it's in my imagination or reality, or renditions. Oh, so maybe they don't even know. Anyway, there's like angels on each side, each side of it, and like they're reaching out. I think it's like something of the conduit. Spirit conduit. And perhaps anything you can think of, feel, see, sense, feel, what Ark of the Covenant may mean to you. Like I believe like there's different theories, right? Theories. Maybe you're working on theories. I'm also seeing a poodle, possibly in spirit, or a dog, but I am seeing it more as like a poodle. It has a Russian type hat on it. Like, I shouldn't say it's necessarily just Russian, but it's like one of those black fuzzy caps. And something about a leg. A leg, Cancers. I don't know if it's like a leg up or like you're dipping your toe in the water of communicating more with your own spirit. The afterlife atmosphere. What are you guys? Little piggy. This little piggy is like merging with the creative energy. There is another spirit in there. I can see it. A creative spirit. Again, creative not being contained to traditional arts. Could even be a creative thinking. Yeah, it might be creative thinking. Cancer is getting creative. We'll add on some tarot and oracle in a moment. There's a lot of light green and pink. I don't know. I'm trying to get like a side eye, which is interesting. Some sort of side eye. Maybe you're looking at something, someone, something, and you're like, But it feels very light. Lime. Like limes or lime juice. That's random. And this exuberantly like lightness up here. You might have parents in spirit. Okay. And I'm seeing it like seeing a lightsaber just light up. Something about like your life force or creative thinking. Maybe it's your mental mind, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm just floating around here like an astronaut. It's what are they what is the coming through for Cancer? Sorry. I feel like my throat's like even trying to like clear the channel, lightsaber, like ready to go. Feel protected for the Cancer collective, please. We'll just let it keep on going here. It's like there's something opening up, Cancers. There's something. Threshold, a veil, whatever channel this may be, personal, professional, corporate, creative. As you know, you are the creator, and connect the dots. But there's like something opening, and these parents or spirit guides, your spirit is like pulling it open. Ark of the Covenant, power, some sort of power. Oh, I'm seeing somebody like falling. And I'm also seeing a wooden shoe. Like a typical Dutch wooden shoe. Which I'm curious now that I'm here. Like, is that the original croc? I don't know. When I say falling, there's two ways that I'm seeing it. It's one, like, I'm leaning back in this fall, physical fall. The other one is like I'm dancing. And you know when you get dipped? So I don't know if it's a dance dip or a fall. What came through here? Rebirth, Phoenix. This is that whole... Cancers. Ark of the Covenant and parents, because see how in this card, if it comes through, like say guardian or spirit guide, doesn't have to be a parent, and then there is like the babe. And this threshold, this portal, this lightsaber, and I'm going to write that down because I will forget. Sorry. Boop, boop, boop. Something's opening up. Creative thinking might have something to do with it. Outside of the box thinking. Something that you think is crazy, but you're like, I'm going to almost like find pieces of it that feel less crazy in the typical way I would say is crazy. Wisdom. In some sort of wisdom around the crazy. You know how like sometimes they say like the crazy people are really sharing wisdoms, but the language or the resonance of it isn't typical and topical. It doesn't necessarily reach the many. And that's kind of what I feel like is going on in this brain, because it's creative. It's like, I don't even know how to say it. Excuse me, I don't even know how to say it. Because the language is opening up. Reveal your gifts. How lovely is that? Epiphany. Maybe this is it, Cancers. Some sort of epiphany. Blindfolds off. Something that has passed. Whether this is a perception or a person, there might have been a block or a boundary regarding it. When I come to the lime juice, I hear that song. Put the lime in the coconut, come both together. Put the lime in the coconut, make it all better. I don't even know. But Cancers, there it is. And there are angel wings here up at the top, and they're with that lime. Lime love. Lime love. Why lime? Aside from put the lime in the coconut. Margaritas. but I'm trying to place it because I feel like there's another meaning. Maybe it's not my meaning, and that's why I'm not necessarily tuning into it clearly, like where I would place it. You know, like if you're seeing somebody make a drink or something and they're like, oh, in my Caesar, for whatever reason, it's coming through an alcoholic beverage and I don't even drink. So, well, not that I've never drank, but feel loved and proud, Nas. Like when somebody makes a drink, anyway, I'll finish that thought and say it's this, you drink a Caesar, they drink a Caesar, but they add something in and you're like, oh, you put lime in there? I've always put lemon. And you're like, well, let me try a splash of lime. Okay. Cancers. Solitude and detox. All right, I'm just going to dig in here. Feel loved and proud is what came out. Really makes me think of that. The parents, the phoenix rebirth, the spirit guides, like there's the babe and whoop, there's the bird. Somebody is nurturing you from the energy or ethereal realms. Oh, sorry, I thought I just saw something there. And interesting that I kept talking about like alcoholic drinks, not necessarily being a drinker. Cleanse and restore yourself. So there might be something in this threshold that you're cleaning up. Maybe, and whatever that may be, it doesn't have to be alcohol. It could be any sort of detox that you're cleaning through. Maybe you're going on a fast or something like that. Solitude, alone, but not lonely. This feels very ghostly, and it feels like if you have lost somebody, not even necessarily recently, even possibly a child now I'm seeing, if from the parents, you might be the parents that are still here or parents in spirit. But in this card, alone but not lonely, it looks like she's holding like the butt of a baby, you know, against her chest of something being born. This also could be being born in solitude, alone but not lonely. It does land more in the grief space. The grief space for Cancer. Okay, I'm going to flip it to win it here. And we'll keep going, get a fresh perspective like we're on the dark side of the moon. Like, share, subscribe. Donations, buy me a coffee below. And all that kind of good stuff. Your attention is truly appreciated. Okay, so I feel like I'm seeing those beings chat again, but like see how like one they have it's an ink blot, of course, but they didn't make it, the ink didn't make it all the way over, so it's like there's two variations of a conversation but of the same. I am seeing them more as like bird beings, just being symbolic of like a messenger stepping forward. It is in of the highest realm, so I'm in the, I shouldn't say of the highest realm, but in of the crown. And these people were committed to each other. So it is two beings, or it's one being expressing the female and feminine and male energies. Regardless, they are each on their own branch. They're each on their own. It's like when they passed, they almost like they're still with the roof over your head. If that, I feel like that's a very odd thing to say, but like they're on, you might see birds on your roof or something like that. It's really interesting. Those parents, almost like parents, like parrots. Yeah. Okay. Cancer collective, please. I feel like I'm in the relationship you have with yourself. Oh, okay. Thank you. So 6 of Wands is coming through. If that means anything to you, by all means, of course, follow that versus my yam rings, but I'm looking at the artistry of the card. Simultaneously, as this card came up, I am here, way in there, and I'm looking down here in what was the lightsaber on the other side, Cancers. Again, it's a very creative card. Those pinks come in again. Something about kindnesses. And I'm seeing another bone. So I don't know, maybe it's something with the leg, or you got a leg up, or keep an eye out any trips like that you might fall. All that kind of good stuff. You know, just present in your footsteps. Okay, so I'm in like the lightsaber space, but it goes down. Oh, those are 6 of Wands and 5 of Wands. But the King of Pentacles, or with the King of Pentacles, I shouldn't say but, and the Starman on the bottom. This is you, like the Jedi. For one reason or another, that's the way it's coming through. Like the Jedi Junction. And there's these 2 beings there. I see if the camera will pick this up. And sorry about my nails. See way in there how like one's dark and one's light? Whether it's of the aspects, but I am seeing one like Obi-Wan Kenobi with the brown cloak or something like that. And it could be this King of Pentacles. But it's like taking the plunge as this part of your mind or wishes, wants, and desires opens up. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to take the leap. And when I take the leap, I'm going to walk carefully so I don't trip and fall. 5 of Wands, there's something that makes me feel like some sort of inner work that you've done and you're looking to deepen it. And inner work being a very, very broad landscape. But inevitably, it feels like clearing the channel through the detox, whether that's your food, water intake, and all that kind of good stuff. Everyone detoxes in their own way. To clear the channel, to feel, because maybe you've been feeling alone, but not lonely. Or you've been feeling lonely, and you're looking to feel more alone versus lonely. Does that make sense? Where am I going? Okay. Oh, we're going there. All right, Cancers. I'm going to travel down here a little bit more and add on some more tarot and oracle. And then we'll flip your coin for your own personal question you may have, which, as we both know, is like, it's not a matter of yes or no. It's the invisible immediate response we know in our head. If it comes out yes, and we're like, oh, I wanted it to be no. You're like, well, then no. Right? It's fantastic. Ooh. I don't think I pre-shuffled these cards well. There's something about kindness that keeps coming through. I'm also seeing, I think it's got a little bit of a growl to it. It's a coyote. It's a coyote. Coyote symbol may mean something to somebody or where you live. Oh, and way deep in there, I'm seeing, are they shoveling? What are they doing? Paddling or shoveling? I just heard the crystal amethyst come through for one reason or another. But it's like, I'm moving in and I'm in such a small area here. Like I'm just at the crevice and I'm carving in of some crown stuff. Maybe it's protected by the coyote. Some ideas, some instincts or intuitions you have in regards to an opportunity, person, place, or thing. But this does feel very internal. Anyway, so I'm digging in to get to the kind part. Not that it's not kind already. Star on the bottom. It's like I'm digging my heels in to be successful at whatever it is that I'm cleaning up or working towards. And we had a whole little thing come out here. 2 of Swords, 5 of Swords, and 8 of Cups. Did we? We have 5 of Wands and 5 of Swords. I don't know, I feel like you're looking to change something up, and it's feeling a little vicious. But maybe that's just how I'm perceiving it because I'm not understanding it. And maybe that's common for you. And we're like, no, I'm just determined. And that's, maybe your determination comes off vicious, but there's some sort of, maybe it's a vicious cycle of the detox. And I'm even hearing for some in this detox, it could be words like automatic responses that you have in regards to people, places, or things that they're being held somewhere. Like, this person I hold in this placement and they're not meeting that placement. And there's something inside of me, Cancer, that's saying, are they actually still there? Have you been listening or just witnessing and slowly severing off with the two of swords? Maybe this is a job. It doesn't even need to be a person. Maybe this is a part of you inside that you're like, I always thought I wanted this, but you know what? Maybe it's not for me, and I'm slowly backing away. Maybe this is some sort of detox from a substance or someone. You're like, you know what? I held you like this, and my heart and my mind keep going to this, but I'm witnessing this. And I'm either aligning to evolve my seed of perception, or I'm gonna cut off for it. And then the Eight of Cups comes in, and it feels celebratory. Like a lot more is filled up because either things have been like, oh, the job said they would do this, and I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. Or the relationship, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for them to come around. And I don't know, but I keep going back in, just like your ink blot. I go in and I'm like, but have I been witnessing them coming around? And am I holding a standard to what coming around looks like? Oh, excuse me, my foot's falling asleep. That I'm just holding that to a different state. And it's like, it's not that you don't want to miss it, but I don't know. Something along the lines, like there is some confusion and conflict with the Five of Wands, Five of Swords. Again, job, this, that, or the other. You're the creator that connects the dots. So Cancers, I'm going to add on a few more oracle cards here. We're going over there. Okay. So, but you've got a lot of creative thinking in it. So I feel like this is internal. In the box, outside the box. What do you hold inside the box? And is it serving being in? Cancers, you are nurturing the crap out of yourself. I'm seeing also like somebody laying on a bed with like their legs up, like if it was like George Costanza and like that sexy pose. So I feel like there's something that you should be very, very proud of. I don't even know where that card is anymore. Reveal your gifts. Feel loved and proud. It was there. I did not imagine it. Feel loved and proud. It's funny though, because it has like a sexy feminine leg with like a Barney Flintstone head. It's funny. It's a funny mashup. Funny mashup. I have on here altar. A sacred devotion, a worship, skin deep, rising from the ash, the waters you keep. And this makes me feel like, again, whatever illuminations you're having in regards to people, places, or things, including yourself, because you're going through a rebirth as well. And whatever that rebirth and that changes that you're deciding to do as you awaken, right? To whatever it is that you're deciding to do. Some folks could also be getting married. And that silence and solitude. Maybe you've been in silence for so long about something. Like I said, like with that job, and you're like, you guys are never going to give me the raise. You keep saying that. So instead of maybe holding any sort of resentments or disappointments about it, maybe just coming to that conclusion saying it's not happening. So that's information. And I don't necessarily need to be emotional about it, in that, You can almost like apply it to your rebirth to say, okay, now when other opportunities come up, I'm going to take a second look at them. Like my perception's not held here now in this waiting game. Okay, information may set you free. Or what is that? Knowledge will set you free. Something about the lungs as well, like breathing this cleansing space, which could even be the silence. And there's invoking power and fear not the hidden. It's coming with undenying change. There's change coming. And it's almost as if you're untying yourself from any sort of griefs. Again, these can be very, very heartfelt griefs in regards to the parents that we saw earlier, the spirit or the baby. And I want to be compassionate to that. But even with the bats, like there's all this subconscious symbology that's coming through, like adapting to change within yourself as spirit is ultimately trying to enhance some sort of power of your channel so that you feel the love and you don't feel lonely. But also for any like other kinds of grief, like good grief, Charlie Brown, not to hold things in old places and expect the same, or meet them where they're at and find out if this version of them or if this expression of said thing is in alignment, because it could change you too, right? You might be like, oh, and there's something about kindness, that carving out kindness. All right, Cancers, I hope that makes sense to somebody. I definitely can feel the changes in the air, but there is this ultimate, what it always seems to come around into is this rebirth and being wise about it. But amazing self-nurturing is going on, not without, of course, some, I could say battles, but it is what it is. All right, Cancers, if you want to take a breath, give it a pause, think about your question. Again, we're going to go with your crab as heads, a yes, and the map as a no. Cancers opens to receive a yes or no. And the copper coin. Cancers. We have a yes. There you go. May that serve. I'll even try doing shorts of these, because sometimes that's the way to go. All right, Cancers, thank you for being my muse. I'm completely honored. The links are below again if you'd like to like, share, and subscribe. Even comment with an emoji or something, a thumbs up or a hi, and it does help the channel grow. Feel free to share to friends, and as well, if you'd like to donate, buy me a coffee or PayPal, or request a personal Rorschach and a reading, the link is also below. All right, until next time, thank you.